Right now, we're learning more about a Waukesha County teen as he begins the long road to recovery after being injured by an SUV that drove through a Christmas parade. And with just one day left until Thanksgiving, we share some tips on cooking safety. This is News 3 Now at noon. We're hearing from the family of one of the injured victims of the Waukesha parade tragedy. Katie Pedliner says she was horrified as she watched a car speed through the parade route into an area where her son was performing with his high school band. Jessica Maduker shares their story.
Tyler Pedliner is only 17 years old and is now at Aurora Hospital recovering from severe internal injuries.
He had no idea what was coming and doesn't really remember, thankfully.
Tyler plays saxophone in Waukesha South's high school concert band. He and the band were performing at the Christmas parade when several members were hit by an SUV.
I don't wish this upon anyone. I never would have thought I would have ever had to gone through this.
His mom, Katie, was at the parade but a block away. She says she ran over to Tyler and with the help of others, got Tyler into an ambulance.
He has internal injuries. He's got some damage to his intestines. They took him right away Sunday night, and they sedated him and kept him basically medically comated, if you will.
He's now out of surgery and awake, a relief for family friend Conrad Morgan.
Not only us, but everybody that knows him are just thankful that he's as well as he is. He's doing as good as he is, and he's on his way to recovery. The holidays, there'll be more holidays. He's doing good. He's doing great.
Morgan, a Slinger Speedway champion, says he saw Tyler's passion for the racetrack while he worked as a part of the pit crew. Morgan created a GoFundMe to help cover medical expenses for the family.
He's come a long ways. He's learned a lot about what it takes to not only to keep a race car going, but what it takes to work his way through life.
He's hopeful Tyler will soon be able to return to the racetrack stronger than ever before. While Katie is still processing her son's traumatic events, she's grateful at how the Slinger racing community has supported her and her family.
But they were one of the first ones to reach out. And they are another family to us.
The suspect, Darrell Brooks, has been officially charged with 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. Prosecutors say they plan to file additional charges connected to the 6th death and the dozens of people injured in the coming days. Police say Brooks's motive is still unclear. There are a lot of fundraisers for those affected by this tragedy in Waukesha, but most are encouraging you to donate to the United for Waukesha Fund. It's run by the Waukesha County Community Foundation. If you'd like to help, you can find a link to that fund on our website, channel3000.com. There, you'll also find other ways that you can support the Waukesha community. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us on this Thanksgiving Eve. Good afternoon, Gary.
Good afternoon, Mark. It's a mild day out there. The winds have been out of the south all night, and temperatures have been pretty mild. The live view from the Platteville Quimby Radio Skycam shows plenty of clouds, as does the WISC Skycam. But even with the cloud cover, those temperatures are mild. You can see even with the clouds, there's almost no precipitation across the upper Midwest. Temperatures right now getting close to 50 in Madison. A few places have already hit that mark, including Boscobel and Lone Rock, Prairie du Chien at 51 right now. Winds are generally out of the south at about 15 miles per hour or so. The winds a little bit stronger in the eastern portion of the state. We're seeing some wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour in Kenosha. But look for temperatures to reach a high of about 51. We'll start dropping this evening, but the colder air will arrive later tomorrow morning. In fact, we'll look for a Thanksgiving Day high temperature of only 33, and that'll be early in the day with perhaps an early morning flurry. Later on, I'll have more on our full holiday weekend forecast.
All right, we'll check back. Thank you, Gary. Lock it or lose it. That's what the Dane County Sheriff's Office is reminding people after some recent garage thefts in the village of Windsor. Deputies were called to Wolf Hollow Road just before 6 o'clock this morning for a report of a stolen car. The suspects got away with a gray 2019 Kia Sorento and the victim's purse. The Sheriff's Department says the suspects were able to get into the garage because the door was left open. Another theft reported in Windsor on Tuesday. A man reported seeing 2 people in dark clothing approach his garage, which was left open. He later saw the suspects drive away in a white Toyota RAV4. The suspects reportedly stole some cash and a garage door opener. Thanksgiving travel is up across the board this year, with most people hitting the road by car this week. According to AAA, more than 48 million Americans expected to travel by car this week. It's a big change from last year when people were not comfortable traveling and COVID-19 vaccines were not available. Errol Burnett has more.
By driving, we can just control our travel a little more.
Joni Odom and her 2 kids are gearing up for a Thanksgiving drive from Laurel, Maryland to Long Island, New York.
We try to leave at off hours and try not to travel during those really high traffic times, because it's very easy for that trip to become 8 hours instead of 4.
Odom stayed home last year due to COVID, but with almost 60% of Americans fully vaccinated, her confidence to keep a family tradition is back.
It really just gives a little more flexibility and some ease with spending time with one another.
Soaring gas prices and inflation have tinged the joys of hitting the road again. To help bring costs down, President Biden announced a plan to release 50 million barrels of crude oil from the country's strategic petroleum reserve. And as part of a coordinated effort, 5 other world powers announced they would do the same.
Our combined actions will not solve the problem of high gas prices overnight. It will make a difference.
Congestion is already building on roads and at airports. After summer cancellations and delays,
thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you.
Airlines so far are braving the pandemic holiday demand. The Allen family is flying to Birmingham, Alabama.
Seeing my mom, of course. My brothers are there. And so just being able to spend that time with family to catch up and to eat, some good Thanksgiving home. Yes, to eat some good food.
Gas prices are 62% higher right now than they were at this time last year. AAA says the national average for a gallon of gas is $3.40. It's the most expensive it's been on Thanksgiving weekend since 2012. Wisconsin's average is a little lower than that, around $3.11. For families with picky eaters, holiday meals can be extra challenging as children are being introduced to many new foods. Typically, picky eating is most common between the ages of 2 and 6. Dr. William Sharp of the Marcus Autism Center's feeding program offers these tips to help out with a picky eater. Set realistic expectations. Give small portions of a new food and add only 1 new food per meal, and celebrate success.
If a child tries 1 bite of a green bean, we'd say celebrate that, and the next time you present a green bean, 1 bite would be the expectation. But don't move from 1 green bean to an entire bowl of green beans.
Dr. Sharp says extreme cases of picky eating may often indicate there's a larger issue going on, feeding disorders, which are more likely in children with autism. They're 5 times more likely than their peers to develop a feeding problem. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
Unemployment claims fall to their lowest level in decades, and turkey takes a back seat. It's the casseroles we crave for Thanksgiving Day. I'm Diane King Hall at the New York Stock Exchange. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
What makes Salon Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salon contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salon it's good medicine.
I was doing some shopping and got a pop-up on my laptop. Computer had a virus. So I called the number on the page, and the guy on the phone wants to take control of my screen to sort it out. Then I remember a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Control my screen. This is a tech support scam. Thankfully, my order still went through.
Recognize fraud sooner so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Black Friday's happening now at Steinhafels. Get great Black Friday deals and reward yourself with a $100, $200, or $300 MasterCard rewards card. Plus, get amazing deals like this queen bed, just $99. This entertainment center, now $249. This sofa, just $299. A queen beauty rest mattress, only $299. A 5-piece dining set, now $729. Save big and reward yourself during Steinhafels Black Friday sale. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
It's time to choose a Medicare plan. So why not choose a 5-star Medicare Advantage HMO plan from Quartz? Starting as low as $0 per month, including medical, hospital, and prescriptions, and dental, vision, and hearing aid benefits. Learn more. Call us today to find a plan that fits your budget and your lifestyle. Quartz offers the region's top-rated Medicare Advantage plans, and they're now even more exciting. New for 2022, the Quartz Cash Card gives you the freedom to spend up to $460 annually on a variety of health-related products and services. And Quartz gives you access to an all-star team of high-quality providers, featuring UW Health, giving you the 5-star treatment you deserve. Because at Quartz, you're the star of our 5-star Medicare Advantage plans. Don't wait. Call now to get plan details from Quartz or speak with one of our enrollment specialists today.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
The number of Americans signing up for unemployment benefits fell below 200,000 for the first time since the pandemic began. According to the Labor Department, first-time filings for weekly jobless claims dropped by 71,000 to 199,000. That was much better than expected. Meanwhile, investors were not shopping for shares of Gap. That stock slumped after the retailer reported a loss in its latest quarter and blamed supply chain issues. Gap says it lost $152 million as inventory got caught up in transit. The retailer says backlogs at U.S. ports led to multiple weeks of delays. Apple is suing a firm that sells software to government agencies and law enforcement that allows them to hack iPhones. The company says it discovered NSO spyware on recent model iPhones belonging to journalists and human rights lawyers. The spyware allows government workers who have access to the software to read data like messages. And what's your favorite Thanksgiving Day casserole? Google is breaking it down state by state based on searches. The West is a big fan of green bean and broccoli casseroles. Nearly a dozen states love their potato casseroles. Another favorite is the corn dish. Meantime, North Carolina is going solo with pineapple casseroles. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 82. The NASDAQ up 12. The S&P 500 is down about 4.5. The National Fire Protection Association says there are more cooking fires on Thanksgiving Day than any other day of the year. Bradley Blackburn has more on how you can stay safe as you prepare your meal this year.
Thanksgiving Day turned tragic last year in New Bedford, Massachusetts. More than 24 people were left homeless after fire spread through this building. Officials say it was caused when someone tried to deep fry a turkey.
You can't underestimate the danger of cooking.
This demonstration shows just how dangerous it can be. Deep frying a frozen turkey creates massive flames.
If you're using a turkey fryer, make sure you use that fryer outside of the home. That means not in your garage, not on the porch. Also, make sure you start with a thoroughly thawed turkey and never overfill or overheat the oil in that turkey fryer.
Nikki Fleming from the Consumer Product Safety Commission says an average of 1,700 cooking fires occur on Thanksgiving, 3 times more than any other day of the year. Stove fires are very common. Firefighters say it's important to never douse the flames with water. Instead, place another pan on top to extinguish the fire. It's also important to keep children away from the stove.
Because kids can reach up and get a handle, pull something hot down on themselves. So again, make sure you're supervising your kids around any kind of cooking that's going on during the holiday season.
And experts say never leave a stove unattended because cooking accidents are the #1 cause of fires in the home. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And experts say when deep frying a turkey, it's important to temporarily shut off the flame when lowering the turkey into the oil in case any spills over. And when cooking on the stove, it's important to keep pot holders, paper towels, and even loose clothing away from burners and the oven. Well, here's some Thanksgiving trivia for you that you can bring up at the table tomorrow. Have you ever wondered why Ocean Spray cranberry sauce labels are upside down? The company says it does this on purpose, so you store the cans with the side you open facing down. Ocean Spray says it causes the contents to settle and the air bubble to form at the top. That way, when you open the bottom of the label, you can slide a knife along the edge of the can on the inside to break the vacuum. Then the cranberry sauce will slide out perfectly intact with that sound you always hear, that swooshing sound. Well, coming up, we have the latest numbers from the Midwest Farm Report as Pam breaks down the latest ag news. Plus, how are weather conditions looking for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Gary will have your full holiday forecast when we come back.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
She's on a mission.
Just watch her. She is a fire pistol.
Leading her fighters in the battle of their lives.
Come on, Joel, let's go.
Charlotte Deleste introduces you to a fitness trainer giving hope to people fighting a terrible disease. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes, but we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this Thanksgiving Eve. Did you know about the cranberry can upside down?
No, but I actually wondered about that. You know, every once in a while, how many times do you buy cans of cranberry?
Maybe one or twice, 1 or 2 a year?
So I always just thought that it was a mistake, that it was an accident on the processing side of things. But now we know.
Now we know.
Enlighten the farm babe today. I'll share that over the Thanksgiving meal for conversation. So, you know, as we get kind of ready to move into the holidays, I think we're going to see a fair number of folks connected with the food and fiber system that are going to retire. One of those, Dr. Steve Ingham. He is the division administrator at the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection in charge of food safety. And it's food and recreational safety. You know, Steve's been there for 14 years. He's a great guy. When he first started with the division, though, he was not worried so much about the recreation safety side of things. That was added on to his duties later in his tenure. He now oversees 227 different food and recreational safety employees that are taking a look at everything from restaurants, our meat processors, our dairy processors, right on through to restaurants, lodges, and recreational venues. So a lot of responsibility falling on his shoulders. He is going to call it quits starts as far as a career. His last day mid-December, and Wisconsin Ag Secretary Randy Romanski says they're already searching for his the next leader, the next replacer for Steve Ingham. You can't replace him. He's a super guy, and I wish him the very happiest of retirements. You know, yesterday we were talking about Christmas trees, and I know one of the traditions many people look for is that first Christmas tree right after Thanksgiving or right after the meal. Remember, Wisconsin's got 850 real Wisconsin Christmas tree growers that are right out there. You want to buy local, you want to keep your money in your community, just go to the Wisconsin Christmas Tree Growers website. That's christmastrees-wi.org. No change, barrel or block cheese or AA butter today. I have a feeling that those dairy traders will be ahead of me on the interstate later this afternoon. They're done with their work for the week.
I think a lot of people are checking out early.
Yep, all our commodities are pretty quiet, so that would lead me to believe that we're done.
Well, have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. You too.
All right. Let's check in now with Gary Canalti with that holiday forecast.
Well, the good news there is if you are traveling and you're following Pam on the interstate, I think you're going to have good travels. There's very little going on precipitation-wise across the upper Midwest this day before Thanksgiving. A few snow flurries up in North Dakota. A couple of those could catch us later on tonight into early tomorrow morning. It's actually a secondary cold front that's dropping southeastward that may bring us at least a little bit of flurry activity. But over the last 5 Thanksgivings, we have not had any rain or snow, and temperatures have been pretty consistent between about the mid-30s and mid-40s for highs and mid-20s and mid-30s for lows. And we're going to be on the lower end of that. In fact, this is what I'm looking at for tomorrow. We'll see cloudy skies for the morning, and again, just an outside chance of a flurry. Temperatures will be warmest right around 7 a.m., probably in the mid-30s, but notice those temperatures staying nearly steady through the day. The sun comes out, but the winds continue out of the northwest, and by late afternoon, we're down into the lower 30s. So expect mild weather for one more afternoon before the colder weather moves in for Thanksgiving and for Friday. But mild weather will return for much of next week. I'm looking for high temperatures in the 40s from Monday through Friday of next week, when the average high temperature by then should be in the middle to upper 30s. Current temperatures are in the 40s and 50s here, but it's not hard to tell where that cold front is, just out to the west, because temperatures drop into from the 40s to the 20s and teens by the time you get to the northern portions of North Dakota. Our upper level winds right now from the southwest, but notice that wind shift to the northwest. That's the colder air that's waiting in the wings that'll be moving down, the first of 2 cold fronts reaching us late this afternoon or early this evening. The second front not far behind it. The flurries are just behind that second front, and that's the one that packs more of a punch. You can see temperatures ahead of the cold front, 40s and low 50s. First front, temperatures drop off a few degrees. Second front, those temperatures drop off quite a bit. Compared to 24 hours ago, our temperatures are up by almost 10 degrees. Behind the front, those temperatures drop by 15 to almost 20 degrees. That's what we're looking at for tomorrow, with about a 20-degree temperature drop from what we're seeing for this afternoon. So look for a high temperature of 51 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. It'll be breezy and mild. And then for tonight, just a slight chance for a shower or flurry, mainly southeast of Madison. Low of 32 late, and then we stay nearly steady with high temperatures in the lower 30s tomorrow. Chance for an early morning flurry, some clearing in the afternoon. And as we check out Future Track, you can see those showers moving out and then skies clearing out by late Thanksgiving afternoon. The 7 to 10 day forecast, again, that drop in temperatures for Thanksgiving and Friday, but then after temperatures in the 30s to low 40s this weekend, mainly in the 40s for much of next week. High temperatures in the in the mid 40s by Friday, maybe a rain shower chance by that point, but still temperatures above normal for much of next week. We haven't had anything really to complain about so far this fall, at least as far as the weather is concerned, and especially for those traveling.
Yeah, it looks pretty good all around. And December's next week. That's the meteorological start of winter, right?
That's meteorological winter, yeah. The 3 solid months that we consider winter: December, January, and February.
Mid-40s, not bad. We'll take it. All right, Gary, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. I'm next. Howard got the final course for tomorrow's Thanksgiving dinner in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When it comes to Thanksgiving, to me, nothing is more important than the dessert. Stick around for a sweet recipe that's feast-worthy.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
It's Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2021. We've got the fixtures, tools, and know-how to get your bathroom project finished. Whether you prefer a traditional style, something modern, or a bold and contemporary flair, we've got you covered. With our huge selection of quality brands in a variety of styles and finishes, you'll create the perfect bathroom for your home. Plus, save 11% on everything now during Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2021.
Save big money at Menards.
After my kids left for college, the house got a bit empty, so I'm like, I'm getting a dog. I find this great deal online for a scruffy little puppy, till they hit me with a huge delivery fee. Then I remembered a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Insane shipping costs? This is a pet scam. I'll keep looking.
Recognize fraud sooner so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Get a free $20 gift card at Hy-Vee on Black Friday. That's a free $20 gift card when you buy $150 in gift cards. Don't miss out on a free $20 gift card when you buy $150 in gift cards one day only, Black Friday at Hy-Vee.
At Security Health Plan, we're celebrating you. And you. 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 And you. By offering affordable Medicare plans with special perks just for you. Register for a seminar or personal appointment to learn more.
Can you believe that Thanksgiving is right around the corner? Time sure does fly by. And whether you're the one hosting this year or just a plain old guest, you know, once the turkey's gone and the first round of dishes are cleaned up, everyone is going to be focused on just one thing: dessert. So, as not to disappoint anyone, we came up with, get this, a caramel peanut pumpkin pie. It's easy, impressive, and it goes together like this. We start by combining the basics of pumpkin pie. Canned pure pumpkin, a couple of eggs, some sugar, salt and flour, pumpkin pie spice, and some evaporated milk. After everything is mixed together, we pour it into an unbaked pie crust and pop it in the oven. Once the center is set and our pie is cooled, the fun starts. We pile on a generous amount of whipped cream, drizzle on some caramel sauce, and last but not least, we finish this with some chopped roasted peanuts. They had the perfect crunch. Let me tell you, this is way better than your run-of-the-mill pumpkin pie. To get the recipe for our caramel peanut pumpkin pie, all you need to do is check out our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
This is beyond amazing.
Today, we found a layer after layer way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It does look good, Howard. Here's Gary. One final check of the forecast.
Good news, if you're traveling, not much out there. We just have a few flurries up in North Dakota. Those could reach us later on tonight. Temperatures are still pretty mild in the upper 40s to lower 50s. Look for a high today of 51 for tomorrow, Thanksgiving. High temperatures back down in the 30s, but will be mild for much of next week.
Looking good. All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.